My name is Brendan. I'm one of the founders of LoriBeds.com, and this is the assembly video for the YouLift bed. I'm going to be walking through the assembly process step by step on camera, and my hope is that when you combine this video with the printed instructions that comes with your box, you'll have everything you need for a smooth and simple assembly process. Now, today I'll be assembling the vertical queen YouLift bed, but if you bought the horizontal bed, you should still follow along because all the pieces and steps in the process are virtually the same. And I'll point out any differences along the way. Now, if you have any trouble during your assembly process, please reach out to our customer service team. We'll be happy to help you with anything we can. But with that, let's get started.
In step 1, we begin the cabinet assembly. Lay out wood panels 1, 3, 5, 6, and 7. Press cam lock nuts, V2, into the spots on each of these panels. Horizontal beds have one less brace here, and will have different part numbering throughout. After you install the cam lock nut, twist with a screwdriver so the arrow on the nut is pointing toward the corresponding hole on the edge of the panel. Then insert wood dowels, B2, along the edges of the panels. Add the assembly support panel, T8, to part 7 using 2 more wood dowels. This will stabilize the assembly process later. In step 2, we'll work on the side panels. Begin by attaching connector screws, U2, into panels 4 and 8. Tighten them all the way down to the shoulder. When you've finished, grab your jig, T9. This tool helps make sure your screws are perfectly straight and at the right height. If they're a little off, just a light tap with a hammer will straighten them out. Next, install the strike plates, H3, on panels 4 and 8 using screws K3. Make sure the lip of the plate is installed closer to the slot in the wood rather than to the edge of the panel. Next, install the 2 headboard shelf stops, U3, on panels 4 and 8 with 4 V3 screws. Then attach the 2 platform hinge mounts, U, to panels 4 and 8 with 6 of the E3 screws. It's easiest here if you screw them in loosely at first, and once all 3 are in place, you can tighten them fully. In step 3, we'll put together the top of the cabinet. Lay out parts 1, 2, and 3. First, screw 4 connector screws, U2, into wood panel 1. Again, use that jig to check for straightness and proper height. Then we'll fasten the platform stop, part 2, to panel 1 using 5 of the Q screws. Then slide panel 3 onto panel 1 and tighten the lock nuts. In step 4, we attach all the cabinet panels together. Lay out the panels as shown here. There's also a numbered diagram in your printed plans. Attach panels 1, 3, 5, 6, and 7 to side panel 4. Then add side panel 8 and tighten all the lock nuts. Again, horizontal beds have one fewer part here. Continue to step 5 by raising the cabinet on its side and tightening the lock nuts on the back. You can discard the support part and dowels. Then flip the cabinet back into its vertical position and fasten the 4 L brackets, R2, to the side panels and lower brace. Step 6. This is the most important part of the build, wall anchoring. Now, this is a serious safety step, so please pay close attention and read the printed directions thoroughly. You must properly secure the bed to the wall to prevent any accidents. I'll be demonstrating how to install the bed into studs. Refer to the manual for more information on selecting the right screws from the screw kit or installing in other wall types. If you have any questions about wall mounting, reach out to our team or to a qualified contractor before proceeding. First, find the perfect spot for your bed against the wall. Then, use your stud finder to locate and mark the center of at least 2 studs in the wall. I'm marking on tape so I can remove them later. Using your 1/8 inch wood drill bit, drill 2 pilot holes per stud through the upper brace into the stud. Then insert the appropriate screws with washers through the pre-drilled holes and tighten them with your power drill until they are securely fastened into the wall studs and the cabinet is snug against the wall. Before anchoring the lower brace, check that the sides of the cabinet are plumb. Nudge the bottom of the cabinet left or right as needed. Then repeat the mounting steps to anchor the lower brace into the wall as well. In step 7, we assemble the headboard shelf. Start by installing the soft close hinges, U1, onto the shelf panel, part 9, using E3 screws. Make sure you do this in the smaller end plate, so they are oriented like mine. And refer to the printed instructions if needed. Vertical beds will have 3 hinges, and horizontal beds will have 4. Then, install the butt hinges, A4, to part 9 using H2 wood screws. These should be installed so they can close completely flat. Vertical beds will have 3 hinges, and horizontal beds will have 4. Next, insert the 2 headboard shelf latch pins, D3, into wood panel 21, and then screw the 2 headboard shelf latch levers, G4, into the pins so they can slide back and forth. Next, attach panel 9 to panel 21 using the butt hinges and screws. Now we'll attach the assembled headboard shelf to the cross brace. Put the shelf in place. You can slide the latch pins to hold it in place while you work. Fasten with 4 screws in each hinge plate. Now we're ready to begin Step 8 platform assembly. Lay out panels 10, 11, 12, and 13, as shown in the instruction booklet. Attach the connector screws to the holes in the sides of panels 10, 11, and 12. Use the jig to check their alignment. Lay the panels back down and insert cam lock nuts, making sure the arrows on the nuts are pointing to the corresponding holes. Then, insert wood dowels into the holes on the edges of panels 11, 12, and 13. Then slide each panel together, making sure they are tight with no gaps. Tighten each lock nut securely. With the help of a partner, flip the platform vertically. Support the seams by only lifting from the short sides, marked in green, and not from the long sides, marked in red. In step 9, we'll attach the front shelves. Tap the plastic dowels, A3, into the holes on panels 10, 11, 12, and 13. Attach the upper shelf, 17, to the platform by aligning the dowels and tapping into place with a rubber mallet until it is flush. Repeat with the lower shelf, part 14. In step 10, we'll attach the rocker panels and bullnose panels. Fasten 2 keyhole bracket screws, B3, into the pre-drilled holes on the ends of panels 15, 16, 18, and 19. Now align rocker panel 15 so the keyhole screws slide into the keyhole brackets on the underside of the lower shelf. Then firmly tap the panel down onto the plastic dowels with your rubber mallet. Repeat this process for the other rocker panels. And on the bullnose panels on the upper shelf, horizontal beds will have 3 bullnoses. For step 11, flip the platform over again. Insert the platform screws, C3, to fasten the platform panels to the shelves, rockers, and bullnose panels below. Then, use a hand-held screwdriver to fasten 8 connector screws into the bottom end of the platform panels. In step 12, we attach the mattress rest. Insert 4 wood dowels and 8 cam lock nuts into the mattress rest, part 20. Slide the mattress rest to the connector screws on the platform and lock it in place by tightening the cam lock nuts. Then, attach the 4 L brackets, R2, to panels 10, 11, 12, and 13 using 8 L bracket screws, R. Lastly, cover the heads of all the cam lock nuts and platform screws with the screw covers, L3. For step 13, fasten 2 mattress strap anchors, R3, to the platform using the Q screws. To attach a strap, slide the looped end of the mattress strap through the anchor, and then pass the buckle end through the loop and pull it tight. Next, fasten the left platform hinge, S3, and the right platform hinge, V1, to the platform using a total of 8 wood screws, H2. If you have a hard flooring surface, peel the backing off the felt tape, H4, and apply it along the curved edge of the rocker panels to protect your floors. This step is optional for carpeted floors. In step 14, we assemble the locks. Check the printed instructions for more detail on this step. The locks arrive assembled, so loosen the screw and separate the parts. Install the lock cylinder up from underneath and press the edge washer on from above. Add the cylinder nut, then attach the cam with the cam screw. Check to be sure the lock is tight and operates correctly, and repeat on the other side. Now for the final step, connecting the platform and the cabinet. Move the platform into place. Now when filming this video, I attached the hinge arm before the washer. But after further study, we found it works better to attach the washer before the hinge, as shown in the instructions. So follow the diagram, add the washer, and tighten with the hinge screw on both sides. And now you're ready to strap your mattress in place, raise the bed with a partner, and lock the safety locks.
And there you have it. Now your YouLift bed is ready to use. We're so glad you chose to take back your space with us at Lori Beds. We hope you'll tag us on social media at Lori Beds and leave us a review to show us and future customers how the YouLift bed is fitting into your life. And once again, from everyone at Lori Beds, thank you.